Today we're taking a look at the newly updated City Sling 3 from Air. What's up everyone? Welcome to Pack and Roam. If you're new to the channel, I'm Kevin. Today, as I mentioned, we are diving in to the newly updated City Sling 3 from Air. Now this is the Ultra version, so I've been using it for a couple weeks. I ordered it the day it was released. I've had it for a little while now. I've taken it on a few trips. I've been out and about with it. I'm gonna walk you through this bag. I'm gonna show the outside, the inside. We'll talk specs, materials. I'm gonna tell you what I like about it and some of the things maybe I don't like so much about it. And then we'll spend a little bit of time on use case scenarios. So let's dive right in. Let's get started and we're gonna talk specs and materials. So as I mentioned, this is the Ultra version. So this is Ultra 400X material from Challenge Sailcloth. So great material, a little bit lighter weight. I also have some 800, X, and this is lighter weight. Definitely more suitable for a sling this size. I love Ultra. I'm a big fan of Ultra, and I think it's fantastic in this little sling. So the zippers all the way around are YKK. We see the typical massive number 10 zips on the front of this. You've got a dual zip set up on opposite ends. They are all coated. They're all water resistant or weather resistant coated YKK zippers. The hardware, so the plastic buckles, that's all Duraflex hardware. So top of the line materials and hardware throughout. There's a lightweight nylon interior, which we'll take a closer look at when we show the inside of the bag. The volume, the stated volume on this is 2 liters. So it's on the small side. It's a little bit smaller and, it's like Pocket Dump Plus. Great for daily carry, out and about carry. Good size, and we'll get more into how it carries later on in the video. The dry weight, so the weight of this is stated as just under 3/4 of a pound. So we're talking 0.74 pounds. So literally a hair under 3/4 of a pound. And then the dimensions are 13 inches by 5 inches by 3 inches, or 33 by 12 by 7.5 centimeters. So that's specs. Let's look at materials a little bit, or we already looked at materials. That's specs. Let's look at the exterior a little bit closer. So the exterior features several zip openings. As we've already shown a little bit, we've got this main front zip, very characteristic of Air. Big, massive number 10s on there, and then you've got these big, massive zipper pulls. So you see these all over the place on this pocket and on the top pocket. The back pocket has like micro paracord on there, which is nice because I don't think you'd want one of these up against your body necessarily for obvious reasons, but very rubberized, textured feel to these, and they look a little bit overdone, but I'll be honest with you, I love them. I love the way they feel. I love the way they operate. It's nice to have these bigger zipper pulls with these coated zippers that can be a little bit more resistant to opening. But I do have to say overall, these zips aren't too bad and they're breaking in nicely, but I do really like these massive zipper pulls on there. There's zipper garages on both ends. So you've got these Hypalon zipper garages, gonna really prevent moisture, any type of water from getting in. We don't see them on the main, but these zippers can tuck away around the sides. And then we've got a zipper garage in Ultra on that rear pocket. So pretty cool setup zipper wise. Those are the main access points. So we got that zipper, we've got the main zipper, and then we've got this rear security pocket zipper in the back. We've got a very nice padded grab handle on top. So this is very similar to the strap material, if not the same material. Very smooth seatbelt-like material and some nice padding in there. It's low profile, it's unobtrusive, it is a great carry handle, very comfortable. There is really not much else outside of the strap, I suppose, and on the back. So we've got some mesh material on the back here. Gonna provide a little bit of breathability, and there's some padding behind there. Not much, but a little bit. The strap itself, now this is a little bit different. I passed on the V2 because I didn't like the buckle placement. I believe that one, if I'm not mistaken, had it in the middle of the strap, which kind of limits use. It's not going to be a great travel sling in that scenario because you can't wear it front carry with a backpack on unless you want that buckle digging into your back. That's my personal opinion, but this one, they've solved that by creating a removable strap. And then there's different size options. We'll get into that a little bit more towards the end of the video, my thoughts on the sizes and the different strap options. But for right now, they've moved it so this, to me, can work as a travel sling now without that strap being in the middle. Or I'm sorry, the buckle being in the middle. The strap itself is a seatbelt-like material, very smooth, maybe a little bit rougher, which is nice because you do want a little bit of friction to help the sling stay in place, you know, on your clothing. I think it's cool too. They've added this little carry hook right here, or like a loop. So to me, that's like it's like a hang loop, right? And you know, you can hang obviously from the handle, you can hang from the strap, but it hangs and sits so nicely from this loop because that's kind of the natural position it wants to hang in, right? Being the shape that it is. So very cool addition to that. That came in very handy in restaurants. I mean, anywhere there's a hook, a tree branch. I mean, I really like the addition of that hook. Right below that, you'll see a little Hypalon tag that says air on it in very small letters. So a little bit of branding there. Otherwise, that's it for branding. I mean, you do have some branding kind of in the zipper pulls, but overall minimal branding on the sling, which is pretty cool. But it does have the very characteristic air look to it with the zipper, so easy to spot in that respect. So the strap's not bad, no padding. You got some good width to it. I don't think you need a padded strap in a sling this size. I think it would just get in the way. And then you can see the design and the attachment is via loops on the side, and you have sort of these wings on there. So when you are wearing it, you know, it has a tendency to want to self-compress, pull itself together under its own weight. So great setup, easy to adjust, and overall, not a bad strap for this sling. We've got, you know, a tri-glide here for adjustment, and works out well. And I think that's about it for the exterior. So not much on the bottom, and it's just ultra all the way around. All right, let's open it up and take a look at the inside. So I've got some stuff in here. I don't have a full loadout, but we'll start with this main pocket. And right off the bat, you'll notice we have zipper access from either side. So we have two sliders on here, opposite ends, which makes it ambidextrous. Very nice because if you're lefty or righty, you don't have to worry. You can get into this from either side. This, you open it up. We've got this just gorgeous lime greenish lightweight nylon inside with a grid pattern to it. It's, I mean, such a nice contrasting color, and it's not orange. Not that I have anything against orange, but it's a nice change of pace to have bags with colors inside other than orange sometimes, which, you know, I do, but orange is kind of gets overdone. I love the green. I love the way it looks. You've got a key leash in there with a little gate on it. So typically I would put my keys in here. I don't currently have anything in there. You got a big tag in there with material information, air, the name of the sling, but no organization really, just kind of a dump area, quick access type stuff. Car keys, great on that key leash. Closing that up, we'll go to the main zipper. So this zips in a big U, mostly around. So you're about halfway. So the zippers wrap around to about halfway through the height of the bag. And you have dual zip access with these massive Hypalon zipper pulls. But you open that up, and this is what we're looking at. So pretty cool layout. Not the green. You've got more like a high-speed gray in there. This lightweight nylon again with a grid pattern. It's just gorgeous interior material. I love it. You've got a couple drop pockets with this nice stretchy. So this is stretchy, but not super stretchy. So it's the type that's it offers great retention. It feels like it's going to last. It's not like a flimsy, really stretchy interior. Awesome. Just great materials throughout. So I've got a couple things in here that I was carrying. So in this one, I've got the Peak Design X Carryology MagSafe tripod for iPhones. I have some, I guess, other daily essentials in here. Now, I was putting a lot more in here, so this does have, it's really a good interior in terms of you've got some organization, but then you also, if I expand it, you can see you've got a good amount of space of volume inside there too. So I was able to pretty much load out all these pockets and then also get my DJI Pocket 3 to sit down there with some of the accessories organized in some of the drop pockets. So on this side, I've got a Anchor 10,000 milliamp hour MagSafe battery. I love this. Very slim, low profile, easy to travel with, easy to carry, provides a couple charges for my phone. Next to that, in that pocket, I have one of the multi-cables. I typically have one of these with me. I've got a Rovivon flashlight in here. I think this is the A5. I can't remember. I'll put a link, but I like this one. This is one with the clear polycarbonate body that has the lights on the side. So this is one of my go-to travel lights. Next to that, got some Advil, because you never know when you're going to need some Advil. And that's really it. So you've got these 4 slip pockets here. This one is a relatively large one. You got a smaller one right here. And then on this side, it looks like these are both the same size. So nice stitching, great materials, as I mentioned. Behind those slip pockets, we've got a locking zipper over, a zippered access pocket. So this is the type, if I try to slide this, that's not going to open unless I pull up. Now it's unlocked and you can slide it. We've got that same fantastic green material in there. Love that color. I've just got a couple hydration sticks in there. So great pocket to organize loose stuff that you don't want commingling or intermixing or possibly falling out. Not a whole lot of volume to that, but again, good pocket to put smaller loose items. Behind that, then we've got a big slip drop pocket in the back, and I've got my Grip 6 wallet in there. And then you can see we've got some branding inside, big Hypalon tag with air on it, that massive stitch, the Ultra tag for the Ultra material. But there's no organization in that back section. Great place to drop stuff in that's maybe larger, but not necessarily bulky, because there's not a whole lot of volume to that pocket. But overall, I mean, this is a good size. You can get a pretty good amount of stuff in there. Again, pocket dump plus for sure, and maybe on the plus side, because you can get quite a bit of stuff in there. And I had it loaded out. I was carrying DJI Pocket 3 with the extended battery, the little tripod that comes with it, all with that stuff, and no problem whatsoever. So that is about it for the inside. And let's take a look at the rear security pocket now. So this is the last pocket to go through. I do have this is an older iPhone 13 Pro. Yeah, iPhone 13 Pro. My 15 Pro Max fits in here, no problem. We're back to that green color. Love that color in here. Again, iPhone 15 Pro Max, no problem in there with a little bit of room to spare. Now, you do have to kind of angle it to get it in there because the zip opening is smaller, but then once you're inside, I mean, you've got basically end-to-end pocket. So no organization in there, just a great place to keep stuff that you want to keep securely up against your body without risking, theft for sure, because no one's getting in that pocket without you knowing about it, assuming you're wearing it. So that's about it for the inside. So let's spend a few minutes on likes and dislikes. And I would say, like number one for me, I like the overall design. I like the sleek, low profile, slim design with the self-compression. Makes it a breeze to carry and just a great sling for out and about with some essentials and a little bit extra. So I love that about it. Number two, the materials throughout. Just excellent materials throughout, between the coated zippers, the Ultra 400X on the inside, the grid pattern material on the inside, especially that green color in the front pocket and the security pocket. Love the materials. And then I think layout-wise, interior, great combination of volume and organization. So love that about this sling too. And then these weren't extra mentioned because I just love these zipper pulls. They have such a great tactile feel to them. Easy to get into these coated zippers, even when your fingers are wet or slippery. Love those zipper pulls. Great look, but also great functionality. All right, so dislikes. And there's really only one minor gripe I have with this at the time. So, well, as of now. And that is, I like the fact that they moved the buckle on the straps. I like the fact that it's completely removable, although there's really nowhere to tuck these in anywhere. But what I don't like is that there's different size options now. So I believe it comes with the medium, and then there's a smaller and a larger strap. And for me, crossbody, this thing's maxed out. So I guess I could have taken torso measurements and then looked at measurements of the strap, but you know, if you're not going to get into that much detail, you may order this with a medium strap and then wind up needing a different size strap, and that is a completely separate purchase that you have to make in addition to this sling. So it would have been nice just to have that built in to the strap, you know, the extra length. You can make it shorter or longer. And then some people might disagree, thinking that, you know, it removes unnecessary bulk. If you don't need a longer strap, you don't have the extra material. You know what, I'm looking at this now too, and I forgot to mention these. You've got these little loops in there. I don't know if you can see that, but you got some little loops in there, like you can hang stuff off of there, potentially limiting expansion to some extent too, maybe holding it together, but I did forget to mention those. So that's really it for likes and dislikes. Overall, fantastic sling. Really not much to dislike about it. The sling itself, great sling. So let's talk use case scenarios for a minute or two. And I think primary use case scenario for this is going to be urban exploration or out and about in the city. I mean, it's the City Sling 3, so that makes a lot of sense. It's not a huge sling. You're not getting a lot of stuff in here, not a trail sling. But to me, it's also, since they moved these, great minimal personal item in a one-bag travel setup, so that if you have some extra stuff that doesn't fit in the bag, or that you don't want to have in your pockets, you can carry this front carry with a backpack on. Works perfect. You can even throw a nano bag in there in case you have to expand that carry even more for maybe your flight back with some souvenirs. But that's a great use case for this as well. So I will definitely be using this sling for out and about around town as well as travel. And then I would say, light outdoor use. So I think because of the coating and the zippers and the weather resistance and the materials throughout, I think you could use it for some light outdoor use. I wouldn't consider it necessarily an outdoor sling though. Well, I mean, in terms of like, backpacking or hiking or that type of stuff. But I used this, like I said, about around town as well as on the trail a little bit on shorter hikes, and it worked out great in all scenarios. So what do you think of the Air City Sling 3? Do you have one? Do you want one? If you got one, would you get this version? Would you get a different material? I'd love to hear from you. Thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, whatever you have, definitely drop me a line below. And if you found this video useful, please hit the like button for me. And also consider subscribing to the channel and supporting me. Thanks.